Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Let's Talk To in the series where we have a chat with some of the drivers that we see out on track on a regular basis. This week I've managed to track down Greg Smith, better known as TLR_Smith. Greg, hello.
Yeah, hello, good evening, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you. It's great to have you on. I know there's a few people going to be sitting there listening to this one. I've been told you're going to mess about a lot, but I'm also sure you won't.
No, I won't. Of course I won't. I'm professional. I'm professional.
I thought you might be. Well, we're going to get straight into it. I've got a few questions to ask you, as I always do, because we just want to try and find out a little bit more about Smith, the driver. Okay. So I'm going to get straight into it. Currently 6th in the League of Champions, 22 points behind Toten, 63 points behind your teammate at the top. Not where you want to be. You missed Spa, so obviously that's had a bit of a contributing factor to it. As I say, it's not where you want to be at this point. Are you confident you can get yourself up into the top 3 from here?
Yeah, I feel quite confident that I could probably get into the top 3. I would have said the top 2 really is a bit out of my league at the minute, just from having a bad Suzuka and then obviously dropping a 0. So I've got to score my 7 points at Suzuka, which isn't great. But to be honest with you, when you say to me I'm 17 points behind Toten, that's not really that bad. You know,
it's only a win, isn't it?
And 3 seasons ago he was the champion. I did my whole URL League 4, League 3, League 2, League 1 with Toten, and he won pretty much everything. So it's not all that bad.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. What I'm saying is I'm sure it's not where you want to be at the minute, because excuse me, we're so used to seeing you up there in the top 3, top 4 regularly on a regular basis, and I think everybody has to drop around, don't they? So
yeah, they do have to drop around, and I have looked at the drop rounds as of today, which puts me, you know, in contention for the top 3. So if I was to get to the end of season and finish 3rd, 4th or 5th, you know, for what I've had to drop, I'll be quite happy, really.
Well, I've got every confidence in you, I'm sure. As I know, I do the comms at the minute for the League of Champions, so I know what you're like, and as I say, I've got every confidence in you. This season we're in the Lexus, the RC, I still don't know what it is, and I drive it. It's the RCF something or other. Do you like the one make races?
I absolutely love the one make series. So obviously 2 seasons ago, sorry, when I started in the League of Champions, I was actually teammates with Bailey, and we were in the Genesis.
You were in the Genesis, yeah.
All I heard all season, other than the Cray twins, was how I was in the OP car. And you know, it was obviously annoying because I did drive well that season with a very good mentor, obviously my teammate Bailey. And then the next season, I was in the, I can't remember what I went in last season, but anyway, we had Geary in with us, and he was in the AMG, and I said it to him all season. So, you know, this one make series, there's no excuses, there's no advantages, there's no disadvantages. The best man wins, and that's that, you know.
Yeah, I remember the season you and Bailey were in the Genesis, because I think I was doing a commentary on that, and I think it was me that nicknamed you the Cray twins, because it was just you two always up at the front, and I'm sure it was a fearful sight looking in your mirror and seeing those two Genesis come racing up behind. So yeah, I do remember it well.
Yeah, it was that was a hell of a car, you know. But to give me and Bailey our due, we tested it, and we got to know it. We didn't just jump in it and it was fast. We made it fast, you know.
I do remember it, because you were actually very good in it, because I think I actually had that car as well, and I think I was asking you and Bailey how to drive it, because I was having a nightmare in it. Yeah, but you two tamed it really well.
Yeah. Well, Bailey does the taming, tells me, and then I.
Well, next I'll pass it on to me. I mean, Bailey, I'll give him his dues. Bailey does give me some tips, and I really do appreciate the tips you guys pass on. So yeah, I'm not quite in the League of Champions yet, but hoping one day I'll get there one day.
Yeah.
Well, talking of Bailey, apart from your teammate, then have you got your eye on anyone? As any challenges this season?
Durg is that's who I want to beat. It's basically, to cut a long story short, me and Durg sort of become quite good friends on the game. Probably 2 seasons ago, and we drive a lot together. Obviously, again, Bailey, Brisbane, Whack, Alex. Sometimes, yourself. We've sort of took Durg under our wing and sort of. I've helped him, and Bailey's obviously who helped me, helps him loads, and Briz and Whack, and he's the one. I think he's the one to keep an eye on in the next couple of seasons for definite.
Yeah, I mean Dirk is a really nice guy. I get on well with Dirk. I really like Dirk. We all know that he practices. At least once a week, shall we say? But the one thing, I mean, just going on for that, I mean, the one thing, and I've said it many times, the one thing I like about the URL is it doesn't matter if you're at the top of League of Champions or down at the bottom of League 4. Everybody's willing to help everybody else. I mean, I've done a few practice laps with you and Bailey and Dirk, and none of you guys you don't keep anything close to your chest. It's all I'll tell you what to do, I'll help you out.
I think it's
fantastic.
The whole URL is a great community for that, exactly that. And the One Make series makes it better because you can show the people in the LOC, this is the way that I do it, and this is the way you do it, and you can make it good. But just last week now, I've started in this new Tuesday night league in the GR2 Audi, and a couple of my teammates have said to me, this weekend, do you mind coming on for an hour? Because I did a race Tuesday night at Le Mans, and they said, can we just go on and have half an hour just to show, and of course,
that's as I say, that's what I love. I mean, this very track, I think I did a few practice laps with you on this very track, and I actually had quite a good well, I managed to screw it up as I usually do, but until that point I was actually having a really great race. So it is great how everybody's willing to help everybody out. Can I ask you then, we're watching you on Deep Forest, I think. I can't remember if that's a sprint or an endurance, but which do you prefer? Do you prefer the sprint or the endurance?
To be honest with you, I prefer the sprint. The main reason is I'm not good, and I don't really like saving fuel and tyres. I feel if you're racing, you should be racing, not thinking about how much fuel you're using, thinking about your tyres.
You like to just get your foot down and get around quick.
Yeah, I do, and I drive this car like it's a 2-stroke and hammer the hell out of tyres, which if you look at my my first round at Suzuka, you can see I scored 7 points, but then you take me to Brands Hatch and I won both races, put it on pole and had both fastest laps, but my preference is definitely a sprint.
We do seem to be having a pretty 50-50 split with this. There's a few guys, like myself, I prefer the endurance, and I think it's the slower guys prefer the endurance because there's a few more tactics, a bit more of a leveler.
I also sort of feel that the endurance sort of favours the long-standing Gran Turismo players, i.e. they play Gran Turismo Sport, and they've, because I was new to Gran Turismo 7. I was always Call of Duty before this. Actually Bailey kept on at me saying, oh, come and have a go, and I was like, nah. And then this Gran Turismo 7 come out, and here I am now.
Well, I mean, just as a bit of a side question from that, and it's come up a couple of times, if it hadn't have been for URL, would you have given this game up a while ago?
Yeah, I would be back. If it wasn't for URL, I would be back playing Call of Duty right now.
Because I was exactly the same. I can't remember who it was I was having a conversation with, and I said the same thing. If it wasn't for URL, I'd have given this game up a long while ago.
Is you don't want to do daily racing because you go out and you spend a couple of days or a couple of nights getting a good time, so you're at the front of the race, and then you go to the first corner and someone smashes into the back of you.
Yeah.
So, and you don't really want to spend 2 or 3 nights a week just driving around tracks and having races with your mates. You know, you want to actually practice and do like we are, and that is. And
have a challenge. I don't even bother with the dailies. I'd never go on them.
I think the only reason really why I sort of concentrated on the dailies was because I can't remember when it was, but a few seasons back the grid was on DR, so I wanted to get my DR up, obviously, for. But obviously since then it's changed and it's how it should be now. So to be honest with you, daily racing I don't really touch it. If it's a track that I really like, sometimes I'd go in there and do a lap just to sort of see. But that's it.
Like you say, in URL, your DR makes no difference to where you are on the grid, does it?
Exactly.
Because we've got the qualifying.
Exactly.
So that's another reason why I don't bother. So can I ask you then, if there's anything, would you change either in the game or in URL if you had the chance?
Okay, so there's in both really. So in the Gran Turismo game, I would have bigger lobbies, so 20, 25, 30 cars, which would be awesome, obviously, because you could have less leagues, more people. But to praise Alex, and I think obviously I know Durg's a lot to do with it. I don't know everyone to do with it, but what they do is mega. It's absolutely awesome. It's what I love doing and really enjoy. But there is one thing that I would change, and that would be I would allow bump draft with anybody. You would? Sorry, I missed that. You would allow? Yeah, I would allow bump draft in race with anybody. So the bump drafting, yes, yeah. Well, we used to allow it, didn't we, a few seasons back? Yeah, I think the year I was in the Genesis, they allowed it in teammates, and as you've seen, we used it a lot and we pulled away. I mean, if you could have bump drafting, the thing is with the League of Champions is we're all so close, you know. I mean, last week in qualifying, Bailey was 0.3 faster than me. I was in second. But then, from me to 10th, it was hardly anything. And then I remember, I think I just had a little tap going into turn 1 from Totem, which lost my slip from Bailey a little tiny bit, and then that was it. He was gone because our lap times are all so close. If you sort of break the toe, you've done it, you know. Whereas then, if we was allowed to do it, and I could have just had a little bit of I don't think person in the lead should be allowed to be bump draft just from second backwards, just to get that race win up close again. Well, I was going to say it would get people a little bit closer. You get people working together more, especially like teammates. I think if you get teammates allowed to do it, and it's all about making friends, not enemies, and that is one way of making a friend. You know, if you get to say, I don't know, say DJ for instance. Oh, I know, look, Smith of bump draft me, you become friends. You know, and that's what this is all about. But I know a lot of people want it. I also know a lot of people don't want it, but that's my opinion. I can understand it being sort of banned in the mixed multi-class that we're doing now. We've done a couple of multi-classes. Excuse me. So you don't want obviously a group 3 bump draft and a group 4. But I can understand it there. But I think in the Sunday leagues, I think bring it back. I'm all for it. Yeah, I think a lot of people are. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people in League of Champions are for it. So if it was something that you just had in League of Champions, then for me it's fine because I'm in League of Champions. But then you might get people in the lower league saying, no, we want it. So I think it's something like that should go to a vote maybe, but you know, it's not. I think it would have to be sort of. It's one of them things that you'd have to monitor as well, because it probably could get out of hand. But it could. But I think it would make League of Champions even closer. It'd make it a bit more interesting. I mean, it's fantastic racing now. It is. But you know, it's just you just need that little bit when you break the toe just to get back on it. Well, I'm with you on that one, Greg. So up the revolution. So bring back bump drafting.
Is there anything you like to do away from GT7, or is GT7 it?
Yeah, so I play a bit of golf.
Good walk spoil, apparently.
Yeah, I take my clubs for a walk anyway. All my life I've been I've done motocross, I've raced BMXs, I've done BMX jumping, and you know, that's how I've made friends with Bailey.
I said there's quite a few of you out there, aren't there, on the BMXs and the motocross stuff?
There was, yeah. I mean, I actually called it a day about 5 years ago. But yeah, other than that, I play a bit of golf, and obviously my main hobby is I've got a little girl who's just turned 1.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, you've got a little one.
The reason why I left, why I didn't do Spa, because it was her first birthday. So we were out celebrating and.
Well, I can't believe you gave a race up for the child's first birthday.
Yeah, I think I probably would have been divorced if I hadn't have. Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, you know, I mean, I don't know if you've got children yourself, but that's full time, and that's my hobby. Go to the park, do this, do that, and.
Mine are what am I now? 28 and 26. So
yeah, okay. So you don't have to.
No, they're the ones looking after me now.
yeah.
Well, Greg, look, it's been fantastic talking to you. I do wish you, and I really do wish you all the best and all the luck for the rest of the season, and I'm sure you can get yourself back up there into the top 3. And I'm going to be keeping a close eye on it. So yeah, once again, thank you very, very much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
No, it's fine, mate, and we're going to leave it there. Thank you everybody for listening. Again, I want to thank Greg, and we shall catch you all next time.